And I remember having a beer that had a slight coconut flavor to it. And that's where it kind of clicked. I specifically remember coming out to actually one of your places where they had me, it was before it was called SABRO, I forget what the number was, and drinking it and going, oh my God, it tastes like wood. Like, what? This tastes like cedar. Like, and at that point I was so closed down, like I couldn't see what it could be. I was very much in tune with, that's not for, Perpetual, and that's not for Nugget or any of our other beers. So like, all right, what's next? And we kind of like moved on. It wasn't until we had walked the experimental fields a few times where I started to, kind of disconnect from that true to type thought process and started to think, what could these things be, and how could they fit into something? And it didn't have to have an end game. It didn't have to have a recipe in mind. It was just more kind of what Tim was saying before, where we were thinking of individual flavors and how they intertwined and acted. How could this be and be a thing? So SABRO turned into SABRO before or after it was a number. And I remember having a beer that had a slight coconut flavor to it. And that's where it kind of clicked. And I think, Tim, you said something kind of similar to this, where we kind of put it in our bank, like brain-wise, and kind of forgot about it for a while. It wasn't until we were coming up with some recipes that we wanted something tropical that we pulled that back out and be like, I wonder what this would be like.
Right. It was shortly after our quality manager, Ben Bailey, introduced us to the dry hop compendium that HAAS had was supporting for a while, that we started talking about hops differently. We started talking specific types of flavors, specific types of aromas, and we all started talking the same language. Because of the compendium, we could look at a hop and say, okay, sweet fruit, red fruit, etc. So once we started talking in that way, when we started talking about, beers, and we know this hop is tropical, what else could be tropical? And that's when we kind of revisited SABRO, and its coconut description was kind of enticing to us, because we felt in the right proportion, the right ratio, you could get that in there and just really punch that tropical with this something that on its own might be out of ordinary because of the coconut, or like John said, the cedar. But we found it really, really worked. It just added like another layer of tropical to the aroma we were looking for. And that ended up being Lucky Holler, a beer that we now brew every year as one of our seasonals.